Last week on Sport Fishing, we ran part one of our mini long range trip to the Cortez and Tanner Banks out of San Diego. The skipper of the big game put us in the right spot because by the end of our first day, we had landed a large number of bluefin tuna. This week we pick up where we left off, with lots of fish. Problem is, some are being so picky, we're dropping to a lighter line just to get them to bite. But that makes for some pretty exciting action as well. So stay tuned for this week's episode of Sport Fishing. Welcome to Sport Fishing with Dan Hernandez. Welcome back. This is day two of our three-day adventure. It's early morning here. It's coming up on about 7:15. We've already landed 3 or 4 nice-sized bluefin tuna. Now we're still anchored on the south edge of the Tanner Bank, and the guys are just going ahead and fly lining baits using these large hooks with sardines, just fishing off the corners, and the fish have been coming through. Well, let me see if I can go hook me one this morning. This time of year, you get into a late season tuna bite, you really don't know what's going to happen. So bring a wide selections of rods and reels with you. Make sure they're properly balanced for one another and matched up. Now my basic outfit would be something like this. For live bait fishing, I got a Penn Jig Master 500 and I have it on a Penn custom power stick rod. I'm going to fill this reel up with 30-pound test big game line. And what I'm going to do with that, depending on the size of the bait, big sardines, small mackerel, whatever it is, match my hook size. These are the new hooks by Mustad, the Accurate Points, and you want to have a wide selection of hooks, anywhere from a size 2 all the way up to a 6-0. These are size 4s, and for the small sardines, these would be perfect. Now, if the fish get active and we get the bigger fish moving through, you don't want to get stuck with just fishing 30-pound test line. You want to have the flexibility to move up to 40, 60, maybe even 80 if the fish get wide open. Now, reels you can do that with, this is a Penn 3.0. This would be okay borderline to fish with 40. I like it with 30 when I'm fishing with iron jigs or something, but I've added a Tiburon kit to make the reel a little bit stronger. With tuna, remember, the reels can't be strong enough. Now this is a beautiful reel. This is a Penn 4.0. This is my choice for fishing 40-pound test line, or for the smaller tunas, I'll even put 60 on it, button down the drag, and I can horse the fish right in. Remember, when the fish crash the boat, they're only going to be there for a short time. So you have to have your gear properly matched and ready to go so you can take advantage of it while the fish are there. Now, if the fish do get wide open, what you can try is moving over and forget about using live bait for a while, but go with an iron jig. This is a Salis 6X Junior. It's a great jig for fishing straight up and down yo-yo fishing, and for tuna fishing, yellowtail too. It's a great iron jig. Throw it into the tunas, put it in free spool, let it go down deeper. The key here is the bigger fish are below those school-sized fish. Wind this back as fast as you can, and the tunas will bite it. Well, let's get back on the water and catch some fish. Nice. Whew. That was kind of creepy there. We were tangled in 5 lines, and we had to get around the anchor. We did that, and the fish just took off. Well, we're fishing at the Cortez now. We're about 15 miles from where we started out at the Tanner Bank. This is the Cortez Bank. And this is the first fury of action we've had here. We got about 5 fish going right now. All around the boat. Oh, there's another one. There's 6. Fishing with a pin 3.0. I added a Tiburon kit onto it to make the reel a little bit stronger. You need all the strength you can get when you're chasing tuna. We got a nice medium action rod here with 30-pound test trialing big game line. This fish is giving this line a test. And they're starting to go up toward the bow again. Let's see if we can get them away from everybody. All we're trying to do is turn the fish to come in toward the boat so we can get a chance of gaffing them. All I'm going to try to do now is just take a crank at a time, lift up on the rod, use my thumb on the hypalon and the line, and just lift them. All we're trying to do is turn the fish up toward the boat. Oh, there he is, deep color. Yeah! Oh, this is my biggest fish so far today. All right. Thanks a lot. Nice gaff. Nice gaff. Beautiful bluefin tuna. Got that on the fly line fishing out here on the Cortez. So one of the advantages of these multi-day trips, we fished the Tanner and the fish moved from the Tanner Bank, and we came over to the Cortez and we found the fish again. Thanks a lot, Brian.
Nice fish.
Well, stay tuned and we'll be right back with a lot more action aboard the big game. We just made a short move. We were fishing over at the Tanner Bank for the past day and a half, and it got kind of slow. We got invaded with seals and had about 10, 15 boats on the spot, so skipper made a decision to make a move. About 15 miles away is Cortez Bank, and that's where we are now. It's basically the same thing. High water spot out in the middle of nowhere, actually. We're a little bit closer towards San Pedro, about 10, 12 miles closer than we are to San Diego. And what's going on is the majority of the guys are still fishing the same way, fishing fly line bait, and we have sardines for bait, looking for the tuna and the yellowtail. Here we're more likely to see some yellowtail. We didn't see any yellowtail at Tanner. And over here too at Cortez, you're more likely to find the bigger tuna up to 50 pounds or so. So that's what they're fishing for. There's a few of us though who put sinkers on and see if we can get some good eating fish, some rockfish, red snapper, lingcod, something like that. So that's what I have on here in a dropper loop all the way in the bottom with the live sardine, and see what happens. See if we can pick up a fish.
Anyway, a couple bigger fish marks around too. Could be tuna or yellowtail. I'll just try a little bit, see what happens.
Okay, this is the dropper loop that I'm using. One twist to it, we have a real long leader on it. A little bit longer for lingcod fishing, that's why it's like this. And added a swivel on it for the sinker. So I could change different weight sinkers. And we're just dropping it all the way to the bottom. It's about 65 feet deep here. Just toss it out. Now, if there were a lot of tuna around, I'd be fishing the surface. But things are a little slow right now, so I'm gonna fish the bottom, see if we can pick up a big bottom fish. And then all you do is just let it get all the way down there. Put the reel in gear, take out the slack, and just feel contact with the bottom. Let that sinker just bounce up and down off the bottom. What I'm using for this type of fishing out here, because the water, this far offshore water, you oftentimes find the bigger fish. Ooh, deep water banks. I got a larger reel. It's a pin 6.0. Added a Tiburon kit on it to make it narrower, but it still gives me all the power of a large 6.0 reel, big drag washers, just a little bit narrower, a little bit easier to handle, and a short tuna rod. Just in case a big tuna come by, I can go ahead and just cut this rig off, put a 6/0 bait hook on there, and boom, I'm ready to go for the big tunas. Still fishing at the Cortez, and I got a couple of fish today on fishing 30-pound test line. Things got a little slow, so I tried something a little bit different. I went all the way down to 10. It's 10-pound test big game line. This is a bait caster reel. It's made by Daiwa. This is a normal rig that I use for calico bass fishing, like for Catalina Island or San Clemente Island. Got a graphite stick here, 8-foot graphite stick, and threw out a sardine with a mustad hook, and we hooked up into a tuna. And I don't recommend this. Here, let me get around here. I don't recommend fishing like this. You really want to go with the heavier stuff. But when it gets finicky, you go ahead and do whatever you have to do to get bit, and that's what we're doing here. I'm really kind of surprised we're still on the fish this long. Been on it for about 15 minutes. I thought he was going to just spool me right away. He just took off, but we got deep color. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. Color! Yeah! Woo!
That's 10-pound.
10-pound test.
Nice.
Oh, thanks, Bob. 10-pound test, big game line. Produced this fish, about 20-pound bluefin tuna. Can't do it much better than that. Woo!
Oh, fresh one.
That's awesome. I can't believe that. 10-pound test line, bait caster reel, graphite rod, perfect for calico bass. That's awesome. Standing next to me here is Andre, and on the far right is Dylan. These are the only two yellowtail we've had taken so far on our trip. This is day 2, and we're fishing at Cortez Bank. We made that move from Tanner to Cortez, and Cortez is famous for these yellowtail. We call these home guard because they're the larger yellowtail. They stay here year-round. Congratulations, guys. These are quality fish.
Thanks, man.
Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back with a lot more action aboard the big game. Well, we're back on the 10-pound test again. I'm fishing 10-pound test. We're on the edge of the Cortez, and it's day 2 of our 3-day adventure. Now, I wouldn't recommend fishing 10-pound test when you go tuna fishing, but we're doing pretty good on the fish. I've already gotten quite a few fish, and I wanted to try something a little bit different. And the fish had got a little picky for a while. The gear that I'm fishing with here is my basic calico bass gear for Catalina Island, but it's doing okay here for the tuna. Fish like you're like this, you really can't be too forceful on the fish. There's another bluefin there.
It's fun.
Yeah! All right. What's that, your 10th fish? On this 10-pound, you really can't force them. One of the fun things about light line is it just forces you to take time. But one of the things I don't like about light line is it opens yourself up to a lot of problems. You can get a lot of tangles. You have to worry about seals and sharks, things that you can avoid with the heavier line. Just take what the fish gives us. Take our time. Oh, big boil. Oh, what's nice about tuna fishing, even though we're on structure, it's only about 60 feet deep here. We don't have to worry so much like tuna, like if we were yellowtail fishing. Yellowtail runs straight to that structure, cuts you off. But tuna, they like to stay up toward the surface more. They'll go down, but they won't go all the way down the structure. Oh, we got fish crashing all over the place. Got 6, 7 guys on fish, all on the stern. I'm up here on the bow. I think this fish saw the boat. Oh, he's taking off. Look at that. He's going. He stopped finally. Boy, took off about 200 yards of line. See if we can get some of this back. Okay, you're okay. Want to go down? Go ahead.
Fine time to be adjusting your reel season.
Watch out for the anchor line.
It's all right.
I'll fight this fish as long as it takes. Okay. You underneath me? Go ahead. Go ahead. There's a shark out there? Oh, I hate that when there's sharks out there. Especially with this light line. And let me get over all you guys. Over, under, playing through. Come on down. Well, we got plenty of action here aboard the big game. He's finally starting to come up. Coming over. Doing the tuna shuffle here. See him? There he is, deep color. He's starting to tire, finally. Finally, he's starting to tire. All right. Thanks a lot. That's all right. 10-pound test lined. This week's Fish Tales comes to us from Dave Hickle of Los Angeles and should help to inspire all anglers to get out there and go fishing. This photo was taken while Dave was fighting a 35-pound yellowfin tuna aboard the Pacifica that runs out of San Diego. Well, thanks, Dave. It's always great to see anglers out there who won't let anything keep them off the boats. For being our Fish Tales this week, Dave will receive a free copy of my book, Saltwater Fishing Adventures. Remember, every fish tale used on the air receives a free book. Send your fish tales, photos or videos, and any questions or comments to Sport Fishing, P.O. Box 90, Montebello, California, 90640. Be sure to watch Sport Fishing next week as we head back to the Sierras for some high mountain trout fishing near the Tioga Pass. Standing next to me is our skipper, Robert Cooperstein, and he's going to be giving us this week's tip of the week.
Well, this week's tip of the week is I'd like to stress the importance of line. The freshness of line makes all the difference in the world. Today we caught fish on anything from, well, Dan caught a couple fish on 10-pound, but it was good, strong line. I don't recommend that, but all the way up to 50-pound test line. Line is the lifeline between you and your fish. When you come out fishing, make sure that you have good fresh line. If it's been on the reel for more than 45 or 60 days and you've used it once or twice, get some new line. It's an inexpensive way to ensure that you make your catch.
That's this week's tip from Robert. I'd like to thank you, Rob, for having us out. Everybody from Sport Fishing Crew, we had a great time. Your whole staff was excellent.
Thank you very much.
And if you've never been out on the big game, I really suggest you do it. Well, I'm Dan Hernandez, hoping you enjoyed this week's episode of Sport Fishing, and you'll join us next week when we go looking for more of the best in sport fishing. sounds like it's raining. It's not. That's all. Oh, look at that. All that white wire is nothing but tuna going through the baits. That's incredible.
Like to purchase a copy of today's episode of Sport Fishing, send $15 plus $2 shipping and handling along with today's date to Sport Fishing, P.O. Box 90, Montebello, California, 90640.